All right, we're good. All right, everybody. It is February 1st. We got through January. Let me just say something real quick on January. Because I'm looking at a lot of faces on this call that freaking did some heroic shit yesterday. And I am over the moon, like impressed and proud and like simply in awe. It was awesome. So let me just catch the ones that aren't in the thread. So let me just kind of let me back it up. You guys know that every month, on the 5th of the month, I do a post in TTT. Now, of course, these are my PS coaches, and some of my adoptees. But I will announce who has points on the board, right? By October 5th. Jesus, by the 5th of the month, and I call it Off to the Races. That day I start a thread, and it's our push thread. And that's where everybody that puts points on the board goes into this thread, and we just like pump each other up. We share strategies. Some months it's really great. Some months it's a little bit quieter. But last month, I don't even know how many people were. Let me just look, because it was pretty impressive how many people we had in the threads, like to begin with. Let me look at this. January, it was called Grab Your Swag, because you guys know that we had 35 people in the push thread. That means 35 coaches from like my PS team had points on the board. That's in and of itself incredible, and I'm really, really proud of that. But what happened yesterday, within the last 3 days of the month, but mostly yesterday, we saw coaches, number one, hit Success Club that had 0 points. We had coaches go from 2 to 8. We had coaches that hadn't sold a challenge pack in a bazillion years hit Success Club on the last day of the month. We had our leaders go from 6 to 10 with new coaches. I mean, I just can go like on and on and on about what happened yesterday. And I just want to impress upon everybody, whether you were in the thread and hit Success Club, were in the thread and didn't hit Success Club. Number one, that you have an opportunity right now to change that. But number two, I think the biggest lesson that I learned yesterday was that everybody can do it. That everybody can do it. It's all about like just getting out of your head and just doing it. Myra hit Success Club. Who else am I looking at that like friggin' pulled it out? Jenny, Success Club. Fabi, Success Club. Lisa, SC8, I think. Like, what the? You guys are incredible. And many, and you know, I know you don't know all each other's stories and all that stuff, but some of the coaches that went on and nailed it last month just got back and reinvigorated within the last week and were able to make the decision and then execute on that decision. So I want to applaud that. And then I want to highlight that everybody has that same ability to make that decision and to make it happen. And we are, right now, it is February 1st, and we are all signed up for the Team Cup. And we're going to talk about all the cool things that are happening right now to help us hit Success Club. And we're going to strategize. We're going to talk about things. But, like, you have that ability, you guys, to not only hit Success Club, but, like, literally start growing your business. Because, and I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of you lately, that I don't want you to just get into this just hit Success Club mentality, because that's what I talk about a lot. The reason why I talk about Success Club a lot is because there's a few reasons. Number one, and probably like the least important reason, is you get all the free swag, right? From Beachbody. You get the shirts. I mean, you know, this was super cool. You know, like just consistency. I freaking got a luggage, you know, like you get the free stuff, but that's not the reason why we hit Success Club, right? That's a cool perk of it, and doing it consistently, you get like all the cool things, but that's like the least important thing. And then I do my own. You guys know that if you hit last month, we're going to do the tanks, the TTT tanks, and I love doing that because I love giving, and I've been blessed. And so, you know, that's how I say thank you. But it really is how you develop a team. wholeheartedly believe that, right? Like, I believe that if you can bring on not just 3 people, but 5 people, 15 people a month that buy into all that we do, right? Not just one product, but the lifestyle, that begins to build your team. That's what develops lifers. I don't know what just fell there, but that's what starts to develop the people that go to the events, that go to Super Weekend, that go to Summit, that go to the Success Club trip. And that's what we want. Eventually, that's what I want for your teams, is that you're there with coaches from your team. And I truly, truly believe 10 years into the business that it starts with Success Club. And that's just the basic foundation to building your team. Your team builds your income, right? So I want everybody to get into that mindset of, this is just one of the things that I need to do every single month to grow my team, to grow my business, to grow my income. It's not the end all be all of what we do. It is representative of us helping other people, but it shouldn't just be your focus, because then your thinking begins to shrink only to 3 people, and we become obsessive with that. And we're not thinking of sponsoring coaches. We're not thinking of how do we grow our team. We're not like expanding our business mindset. We're just doing the bare minimum. And I want you to get past that. I want everybody to get past the bare minimums of what we do to grow our business. Everybody here has the ability to do more and to achieve more. And I do believe that last month proved that. Because if you can, I mean, just think about it. If somebody, and maybe you didn't do it, that's okay, brush off, because that's what we do, we brush off. But those of you that hit Success Club yesterday or in the last 3 days of the month, imagine for a second if you treated your business like that 75% of the time. What do you think you're capable of? Think about it. What do you think you're capable of? You could hit SE20. Why not? If you could hit SE6 in 1 day, why can't you hit SE20 in 29? We have 29 days this month. Yay, we got 1 more day to hit Success Club. And I know you can, right? Our business is very simple. And I think we tend to overcomplicate it, because that's what humans do. We overcomplicate everything. And at the end of the call, I want to talk to you about how simple this business is. And the only 2 things that I want you to focus on during Team Cup month. There's 2 things. But let's talk about what we have right now to crush the month of February. First and foremost, I don't know if you saw my stories. There's like this whole hoopla going on in the leaders page of the network about this pumpkin spice being given away with challenge pack sales. Now I'm really excited about that. Some people are not excited about that. I'm like, if it's sitting in a warehouse and it's about to go bad, let's give it out, right? So if you haven't heard, because there is no breaking news in the Coach Online office for this, because I feel like it's going to go fast. If you sell a challenge pack, you got to really jump on this. The customer is going to get a box of pumpkin spice Shakeology for free in their package. So, I mean, I would jump all over that. And do your follow-ups today, like if it's like, you know, friggin' February 29th. Like, do follow-ups today and say, listen, not only do I have a promo code, because everybody that's on a Team Cup team received 3 promo codes, but they're also doing this thing. I don't know when it's going to end. It could end now. It could end right now. And then I'm like, shit, sorry guys, it ended. They already gave away all the pumpkin spice. But if you can jump on this right now, I bet all of us can get some points on the board quickly, because people love free things, right? People love, love, love free things. So do your follow-ups. You get a box of pumpkin freaking spice Shakeology in a challenge pack purchase right now, and I don't know when that's going to end. Team Cup, if you're registered, 3 promo codes. Now, a lot of you are brand new coaches and you're not quite sure how to handle that. I'm very vocal about having promo codes, right? I love the promo codes because it just gives people that incentive to purchase, and I can use, you know, sense of urgency. Like, I've got only 3 promo codes. The first 3 people to buy from me, they get this promo code, and then it's gone. And so you can do that and get people excited to purchase right away. You give them the promo code. Once you give them their link, their share cart, it's obviously only applicable to challenge packs, and the challenge pack has to be over $140. So for bare, BOD or the 130 completion packs, it won't apply. That's already ridiculously discounted. But use those promo codes, you guys. I'm challenging every single person on this call on the Team Cup to use your promo codes in the first 5 days of the month. I want everybody to knock them out, hit success up in the first 5 days of the month. And I know you can do it because we already talked about what you can do in 1 day. You could clearly do this in 5, right? So get on it, jump on it, and start talking about having these promo codes. And then new coaches, if you signed up in 2020, and I don't know how many I have on this call, but if you signed up after January 1st, 2020, they're going to give new coaches, and you guys, this is important for all of you that are sponsoring coaches. You need to know this stuff. They're giving promo codes to new coaches for 3 months, for their first 3 months in the business. Every month, these new coaches are getting promo codes for 3 months. So if you sponsored a coach yesterday, which a lot of you did, or if you sponsored coaches in January, which a lot of you did, tell them, check your email because you got promo codes. You got promo codes, okay? So that's important that you help your new coaches understand that they can use those to launch their business. And of course, success starters, test group, all of that is still in play. All right, so those are the exciting things that we have right now. Just to recap, you have Pumpkin Spice Shakeology for free with a challenge pack right now. You have your promo codes. Everybody should have gotten them. Danny's Team Cup team, I know you guys are on. I'll fix our registration. I don't know what happened there, so that we get our promo codes immediately. I'm going to do it right after this call, okay? So stay tuned. There was an error in our sign up, and everybody should make sure that everybody's good. You didn't receive an email from Beachbody saying there was an error in your Team Cup sign up. That's just side note. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about were these 2 things that you need to be thinking about during Team Cup, but this is really across the board for every single month that you are a coach and building this business. Our business is super, super simple. And I don't know who I had this talk with, might have been Giselle or Carrie, I'm not sure, maybe Giselle. Our business is really comprised of 2 things and 2 things only. Number 1 is inviting to a challenge group. And number 2 is recruiting. That's it. Now, of course, everybody's like, well, that's hard. That's super hard. I don't know how to do that. Bear with me. Hold on. Number 1 is inviting to your challenge groups. So it begs the question, right? Next question is, do you have a challenge group? And if you don't, you got to get one, because you always got to be inviting to something. Write that down. I always have to be inviting to something. You can't, and this is a big problem that I know coaches run into, is they say, well, the last time I announced a challenge group, nobody signed up. And then they stop announcing challenge groups. That is not the way you build this business. Do you know how many times in my early years as a coach, up to 5 years as a coach, I announced challenge groups that nobody joined? Many times. But guess what? I kept announcing challenge groups. I kept creating a new one and rebranding it and calling it something else to see what would stick. You have to keep announcing challenge groups, even though some might not come to fruition. Guess what? Nobody knows. Nobody knows if 10 people joined or 0 people joined. Nobody knows. You're the one judging yourself. You're the one preventing your forward motion and success because you think, oh, I must suck. I must be a failure. No one joined my challenge group, when nobody knows that happened. The second part of that is, so you have to, so let's back up just a second before I go into the second part of that, but you have to be inviting to something. So in my business right now, I'm announcing and I'm going to be pushing, especially on Sunday night, Because can anybody tell me what happens on Sunday night? It's the freaking Super Bowl. And guess what happens on Sunday? Everybody eats like shit because they think there's a football game on. And J-Lo's performing that I could eat 95 pieces of pizza, drink 85 beers, eat a bag of tortilla chips because it's the Super Bowl. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it is our culture. And on Monday morning, everybody wakes up feeling like butt. Like butt. So on Sunday night, my team, you better be talking about a challenge group on your stories, on your posts. And what challenge group is that? Mine starts February 10th. I posted in TTT. Whoever wanted to join me on that, I made you an admin. Some of you I haven't gotten to yet. You can add your people to that group. Obviously, you got to help me get there. You got to help me, work that group, do videos. I want videos. I want that group to be, alive. But use it to invite to, right? So you have to always be inviting to a challenge group. And if it feels overwhelming for you to do one on your own, because I get it, it can be, let's band together. Let's use that one that I've opened up on the Challenge Tracker app. Let's get people in there and let's start helping those people get their transformations, right? So you got to be strategic and you got to start announcing that right now because of the Super Bowl and all of that jazz, right? Super, super simple part of the business is getting customers started. The second thing is coaching and recruiting, right? These are the only two things that all of us need to worry about at all times. Inviting to challenge groups, recruiting. Everything else is all strategy and business stuff and how my Instagram looks and my content, all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. These are the two basic business building activities. Inviting to challenge group. I'm gonna tattoo it on everybody's forehead. Challenge group, coaching. Now, what most coaches do is they'll look at our team calendar that we posted for February. They're gonna be like, boom, sneak peek, February 26th. Okay, I'm gonna wait until February 25th to invite anyone to my team. That is the worst strategy ever, ever, ever. You need to invite to coaching all the time. All the time. And you're like, okay, how do I do that? On your posts, on your Instagram stories, when you are looking at someone on Instagram and you're like, man, she has a great page. She look at her, she's so great. I want her on my team. Invite her or invite him. Whatever it is, always be inviting to coaching. You guys put too much not pressure, but you put too many conditions on your ability to recruit. I don't make enough money, so I'm not successful. I don't have a big following, so nobody's going to want to join my team. No. Erase all of that thinking and present this opportunity to everybody. In fact, even to those people that are joining your challenge group, right? If you're hitting Success Club, if you're bringing in people to your challenge group, those can be coaches. Everyone's a prospect, correct. Those can be coaches. You can literally add this week 3 new coaches to your team. If you take on my challenge to unload your promo codes this week, those 3 people can be coaches. And it starts with how are you talking to people? And trust me, you guys, this is all from making mistakes, from learning, from tweaking my language when I speak to people. If you are talking to someone about joining your challenge group and you're doing this, which is a fatal, fatal flaw, how many times, raise your hand, be honest, because I've done it a million times, have you told someone simply to buy a challenge pack, to buy it, and they can cancel their shakes next month? Raise your hand. Just to sell it. Just sell it. Like, hey, so just buy it, and you can cancel your shakes next month. That's a fatal flaw. You do not do that, right? And I've done it. I've made that mistake 100 million times. You don't hit Success Club for 101 months or Success Club 10, 101 months and not make mistakes along the way. Clearly, there's a lot of failing involved in that. So that's a fatal flaw. So how are you talking to your prospects before you even shoot a video or a link to them? And it's all in language. you want them thinking that when they come to you and say, I need to lose 30 pounds or I need to lose 100 pounds, that they are going to do that. Like literally, because of how you're talking to them and saying, this is a big commitment. And I hope you understand that this is a big, big commitment. And that means you need to go all in. Like you can't tiptoe around this. You have big goals. You have to lose X amount of weight. You can't already be thinking you're going to quit. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to sign up. You're going to buy that challenge pack, like the one I suggested, the one I know you need. Do you see the language that I'm using? I'm confident as hell in that if they do this, they're going to succeed, right? So you're going to buy the challenge pack that I know you need, which is this one. And you're going to become a coach already because you want a discount, because you're not going to quit next month. You're going to keep going. So you have to sign up. And this is how we're going to do it. Now it's up to you to make sure that they stay committed as best you can. Not your responsibility fully, but that you actually follow through on what you said you're going to do, which is help them, right? But just tweaking the way you speak to people goes a huge distance. So can we do that? Can we all agree that we can literally change the way we talk and even get discount coaches on board this week simply by tweaking the way that we speak to people? But the other part is finding people that you want to build this business with and then having join your team. This week, we hosted a kick-ass sneak peek. Carrie, I know she's on, did an amazing job. I'm so proud of Carrie because she freaking came on. She was scared as hell, but she did it and she did a great job. That sneak peek video is on my YouTube channel. I'll post it in TTT. But you guys, those are the tools that you use to recruit, right? It's not just for me to use to recruit. I certainly use them. You guys know that. I certainly use my own sneak peek videos to recruit. All of you are here because you probably watched one. Especially the newer coaches, use them too. These are called third-party tools. And this is how I've always built my business. You're interested in a challenge pack? Watch a video. If you're new, raise your hand if I sent you a video before you signed up. Any kind of video. Like literally, yeah. You have to watch this video. You want a bar? Watch this video. You're thinking about coaching? Watch this video. I don't sit there and overcomplicate this process. Watch this video. I've already spent time on that sneak peek explaining it. Watch this video. We'll talk after, right? That's what everybody needs to do. And all you have to say, if you haven't hosted your own or feel confident right now, eventually you have to host your own. But if you're not confident, say, look, this is my coach. I watched a video just like this before I signed up. So here's the video I watched when I signed up. This is what motivated me. After you watch it, let's talk. That's it. Simple, right? Don't overcomplicate it. And please don't prejudge yourself. Don't think that because you're, just signed up and haven't made $1 bazillion in the business that you can't recruit. That's a really ass backwards thing to think. Because if you never recruit, you can't make $1 bazillion. So you have to erase that and say, I got to start somewhere. And my team has to start somewhere, and it starts with me. And I can do this regardless of whether I just signed up or I'm relaunching my business or whatever it is. Okay? Everybody with me on that? 2 things that you focus on always in your business. Inviting to a challenge group, inviting to coaching. Those are the 2 things. Everything else doesn't matter. If you're being intentional about those 2 things, you'll start to build your business. Growing Instagram and things like that, that comes, like Suzette came to my house yesterday, we were talking. She's in a position where she knows, because she's a leader, that she has to focus on growing her accounts, that she might even be considering ads and things like that, right? But she didn't get there. She didn't get to that thought process until recently, right? She started her business by literally grinding it out every day, inviting and talking to people and doing it and doing the work and tracking, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Right? So 2 things to get your business going is inviting to a group, coaching sneak peeks, or coaching, right? And recruiting. Now let's talk about strategies. Everybody has to have a team cup strategy. And if you're not in a team cup, listen anyway, because this is important. This is how you build a business. The team cup has point systems. You get points first. Obviously, the easiest point to understand is the challenge pack, right? You sell a challenge pack, sign a coach with a challenge pack, you get points for that. The other one is super important. And if you guys know Veronica's story, Veronica Cavalcante, Monica's sister, being in the top 10 of the Team Cup a few years ago, do you want to know how they got there? It wasn't because they had a million Success Club points. They had a lot, but it was in the rank advancement strategies that they employed right away. Everybody sitting here on this call has the ability to do one of two things. Number one, advance yourself to Emerald or to Diamond. Like I'm looking at Jessie right now. I told her yesterday, ándale, ándale, vamos. She's going to hit Diamond this week, right? But that's me employing, not only I know she can do it, but I'm employing Team Cup strategies to get points, because if Jessie advances, we both get points and we're on the same team. You see what I'm doing here? I have another coach, actually two, Lindy, I'm not sure if I know she's going to watch this recording, who is going to, she signed a coach yesterday. Her other coach is inactive. I've already messaged her. We talked this morning. In order for her to advance to Emerald, it'll be her first advancement. It has to be a first advancement. She's going to advance. She's on a Team Cup team. She's going to get points. I'm going to get points too. I have another coach, Marilyn Coleman, who sponsored a coach yesterday. She has her husband inactive. Girlfriend, get your husband active. She advances for the first time to Emerald. More rank advancement points for me. I've already started the Team Cup with points, and I haven't sold a challenge pack yet. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm strategizing. Now, if you already have advanced to Emerald, or let's say you have already advanced to Diamond, you're a lifetime Diamond, there are coaches on your team that you can do this to. Hey, let's go. We got to advance to Emerald. And by the way, guys, this is how you build your business. These aren't like tricks, like shiesty tricks that I'm, doing to win Team Cup. No, this is how I build my business. I see people that are building, that are engaged, that are doing the damn thing, and I just say, strategy, how are we going to do this? Linda, I know she's on the call. I messaged her a few days ago. I said, hey, you're not Emerald yet. You're on a Team Cup team. Let's do this. Who are your first two coaches? Right? So I'm literally working points for everybody so that, you can start building that strategy. So what I want everyone to do, besides starting your follow-ups and all of that, is go into your back office. So many times we're afraid of our back office because we don't feel like we're where we want to be. Maybe we've dropped rank. But you know how many people don't even know they've dropped rank because they don't check their back office? It's like, right? You gotta know in order to fix. You've gotta know in order to grow. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's the truth. Look at your back office. Look at your drill down. Look at who your coaches are. Look who's active. Look who's inactive. Look at their order history. Do you know that you could see your coach's order histories? Do you know that yesterday or this week I saved like 3 of you from hitting Success Club? That you ended up hitting Success Club, but wouldn't have if you didn't have that 90 PV on HD. And I knew that you didn't have it because I checked your order history. That's intent. That's being intentional with your business. That's knowing everything. Like, I know all your businesses. Do you know that? I know who your freaking coaches are that are inactive. I know if you're going to drop rank before you do. I know everything because guess what? That's what it takes. You don't have to be obsessive. That's bad. I'm a little obsessive, but hey, right? It helps me stay focused. It helps me help you stay focused. And it's helped us grow our businesses together, right? So I want you guys today to look at your back office and not go, oh my God, I was an Emerald and both my coaches are inactive, or I was a Diamond and I lost an Emerald, or I was, whatever the case may be. Look at it as opportunity. Look at it as an opportunity to understand that, number one, you can help some people get back on track, invite them to your challenge group, get them back on Shakeology. get some coaches active in your downline. But number two, it's really a wake-up call to say, now I get it. Now I know that I can't just rely on everybody that I've sponsored to build my dreams. I have to rely on myself to build my dreams, right? So you have to be aware of what is going on in your business so that you can say, okay, today's the day that this changes. And you move forward and you do it and you keep pushing and you come back and you go forward and you come back and you go forward until your team is growing, until you start sprouting leaders on your team, until all of that is your future if you just become intentional about this, right? Giselle, you can be emerald tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's points for me. Go do it. I joke, but it's the truth. Go do it. Go do it. Lisa, you had coaches last month with Success Club points on the board. Get them to emerald this month, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. If you have a spouse on your team, get them to emerald. Those are points, right? There's so much strategy that comes into this that if you just get into it as, man, this is fun. Like, this strategy is fun. Oh my gosh, the sky's the limit. We're not going to just be hitting Success Club. We're going to be thriving. Our businesses are going to be thriving. And this is the perfect month to do that, right? So that's where I want to get everybody's head at. So are you guys with me? Okay. I know I've been talking and talking and talking. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Does anyone have any questions? Or does anyone want to offer, any of my like vets that have done Team Cup before want to offer any insight or anything like that? I know some of you like to talk just like me, so. Oh, tracking. That's what I wanted to do, and then we'll call it a day. Wow, there's 40 people on this call. That's amazing on a Saturday. Thank you guys for coming on to this call. Let's talk about tracking. And listen, I am not an elementary school teacher. I don't do things like a lot of other leaders do, because I am like, what I meant by I'm not an elementary school teacher, that I'm not going to be like, class, this is how you build your business and everybody has to do it the same exact way. Like, I just don't do it. If you were to see how I build my business, it would probably, like, you'd be disappointed, because I don't have a tracking system. I don't do things like that. I live in my emails, and that's just the way that I am. Some people need to track. Like yesterday, Christina, I know you guys use trackers, right? Like, you have to live in a tracker. If you need to do that, even to start understanding what the activities are to build the business, because I know a lot of people are like really excited, and then you're like, hey, where do I start? Like, how do I actually connect with people? I'm going to drop my favorite tracker that I've seen so far into TTT right now. Print it. Look at it. It's the one that some of you were using in November and December in the VIP Babes group. And it's funny because pretty much everyone that I had in that VIP Babes group hit Success Hub for sure, that, you know, in the last 2 months of the year, and they were recruiting coaches. It's because they had a game plan. Like, they were looking at that tracker and they were okay, I did it. And that begins to build consistency. Once you have that consistency and you don't need to look at a tracker to do the work, then cool. If you want to build your business that way, cool. I'm okay with that. As long as you're actually executing on the goals that you set out for yourself. So if you feel like you need more structure, if you feel like you need more direction on what are the activities it takes, use a tracker. I'm going to pop that one into TTT right now, print it out, and start using it. And then, okay, the last thing I just remembered, it came into my head. You guys know if you hit Success Club last month, you qualify for the Diesel Nation Diamond Push. That's amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to be led by our other leaders. Some of you are participating in the Launching Legends group. You're going to do that. You can do everything, but I really want to focus on that. But the Diesel Nation Diamond Push is going to be just awesome, because it's going to be led by the leaders of our team, which, you know, are incredible. So we'll be planning all of that out. And those of you that didn't, it doesn't matter. We're always going to have things in the future. And hey, you know, if you start sponsoring coaches, I'll pop you in that. You don't got to worry about that. Start sponsoring coaches, I'll pop you into that diamond push. All right? Okay, are you guys ready? Are you inspired? Are you excited? Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna be very strategic in how we build the team cup? Obviously, if everybody on a team cup team hits Success Club, the prizes are awesome. So go check them out. If you guys like, you know, the prizes and are inspired and motivated by getting the free stuff, which is I love this stuff. I love getting all my things. Like, it's just fun. Then go check it out and put it up somewhere and say, you know what, I'm gonna help my team get us that, not only the t-shirt, but I'm gonna get, you know, the team prize, etc., etc., and we're gonna do this together. All right, you guys? Yes? Okay, let's go. It's time, pumpkin spice day. I want you guys to go out there and get on the board with that free pumpkin spice offer. And I'll post this recording, the tracker, and that's it. Away we go. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. Happy Super Bowl weekend. Oh, wait. Don't get up. Hold on. Picture. I want to take a picture of every screen, and you don't know what screen you're on, so just smile. Hold on. Jules. Hi, Jules. All right, ready? This is screen 1. Smile. Wait, did I get that good? One more time. Screen 1. 1, 2, 3. Screen 2. Smile. And if you're on a computer, like, turn on your damn thing. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and okay, screen 1 and screen 2. There we go. All right, let's go. Vroom, vroom. On the 5th, we start our push thread. I know you guys love all the threads. I know you do. Every time I put you in a thread, I know you're like, oh, yes, I'm in another thread. I'm being sarcastic. I know you guys hate it, but it is how we stay in touch. And I want you guys to succeed this month. We're going to succeed this month. All right, you guys, let's do it. Mwah. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye.